Barbarians are known for their rage, their tapping into their emotions emotions or passions or what have you, in order to wow, words and things, in order to push through different injuries, different damage, stuff like that, in order to continue on towards the goal. Kind of willpower, if you want. And sometimes that rage can manifest in different things, or be found from different things. Hello, welcome back, or welcome to DIS. I am this idiot, and you are hearing me speak again, or for the first time. Whichever it is, welcome, welcome, welcome. And today we are going back to our regularly scheduled programming, or videos, or what have you. And we are going to be talking about our next Barbarian subclass, which should be a lot of fun. This one is called the Path of Crystalline Madness, kind of influenced and inspired by the adventure module of Icewind Dale, which is really interesting, and especially one of the magic items or materials found there, Chardolin, which we'll talk about later. So without further ado, let's get into that. Alright, Path of Crystalline Madness. An Icewind Dale themed barbarian archetype based on Chardolin berserkers. Credits, copyrights, blah blah blah. Path of Crystalline Madness. The Crystal Shard was the focus of R.A. Salvatore's first published novel, as well as part of Rime of the Frost Maiden. At one point, the Crystal Shard itself was destroyed, shattering into small black crystals called Chardolin. This material can sometimes be infused with demonic magic, which can drive people insane. There are, however, barbarians who utilize the demonic power. These barbarians have control over their madness, which only comes out when they go into a rage. These barbarians have an innate connection to Chardolin. They can easily seek it out and form it to their will. A little side note, a sidebar, because of the nature of this subclass, you need Chardolin in your campaign setting. Make sure that your dungeon master is aware of this so they can adjust accordingly. This should not be an issue in the Rime of the Frost Maiden game, but in any other campaign you must communicate with your DM about this. Path of Crystalline Madness features, barbarian level, and then the features themselves. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah. At 3rd level, you get Crystal Sense and Raging Insanity. At 6th level, you get Chardolin Weapon. At 10th level, you get Uncaring Body, and at 14th level, it doesn't have it, but looking ahead, it has Contagious Madness, which should be interesting. So first up is Crystal Sense. At level 3, you find a piece of Chardolin and learn how to use its demonic power to enhance your rage. You are now immune to the negative effects of Chardolin and automatically succeed on all saving throws caused by Chardolin possession. Additionally, you have advantage on all checks to find Chardolin, and you know the location of all Chardolin within 100 feet of you. Raging Insanity. Starting at 3rd level, whenever you rage while having Chardolin on you, the madness you keep contained is released. Roll on the madness table below to determine the effect produced. Alternatively, you can choose the effect you gain while raging, but if you do so, you gain 1 point of exhaustion when your rage ends, which is interesting. Madness, it's a D8 table with the effect next to it. On 1, you lose the ability to determine friend from foe. Whenever you take the attack action, you must attack the last creature that did damage to you. If no creature has dealt damage to you yet, you must attack the closest creature. While raging with this effect, your rage bonus to damage is double. Very cool. At 2, you hear whispers from an unknown entity. Until your rage ends, you know the location of all hidden creatures within 60 feet of you. And hidden creatures do not have advantage on attacks against you. Very interesting. 3 is you lack the need for rest. You ignore the effects of any levels of exhaustion that you currently have, and you are immune to any spell or effect that puts you to sleep. Very cool. On 4, you can no longer feel your pain and discomfort. You have advantage on all Constitution saving throws. Very cool. At 5, killing gives you a rush of adrenaline. Whenever you kill a creature, you gain 1d8 temporary hit points. Very cool. At 6, you find everything strangely hilarious. During the duration of your rage, you are constantly laughing loudly. You also have advantage on all wisdom saving throws. Very fun. At 7, time feels slow to you as you move with frightening speed. Until your rage ends, you can dash or disengage as a bonus action. Very cool. At 8, you develop an unyielding need to cause harm. Your weapon attacks score a critical hit on a 19 or a 20, but your enemies also score critical hits on you on a 19 or a 20. Very cool, very cool. Charlatan weapon, this is the 6th level. Ability doesn't have that, which is interesting. You have, oh, wait, it does, never mind. I didn't read ahead. You have learned how to fashion a weapon out of Charlatan. Starting at 6th level, there it is, you can spend 1 hour creating a crude weapon out of Charlatan, or 20 pieces of Charlatan ammunition. Charlatan weapons do not count as magical weapons, but they can be enchanted for half of the time or cost. Additionally, whenever you hit a creature with one of these weapons, they must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or be poisoned until the end of their next turn. The DC for this saving throw is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your Constitution modifier. Very cool. Uncaring body. Your contained madness keeps you from feeling the negative effects of weather. Beginning at 10th level, you automatically succeed on any saving throw to protect against the effects of extreme cold, extreme heat, or frigid water. Very cool. And lastly, at 14th level, that isn't on the list, but it is, kind of. It's in here, never mind. Is Contagious Madness. Starting at 14th level, whenever you score a critical hit, a creature with a I think it should be on a creature with a Charlatan weapon. So, yeah, a weapon made of Charlatan. Roll a 1d6. On a 1, the creature spends all of their next turn doing nothing except speaking to a non-existent entity. Very, very fun. And the author is... Oh, here. Alex Jutila. From DM's Guild, which I'll put in the comments, in the description down below if you're interested in it. I'm not sure if it's free or, I mean, they had an option of free because I got it. Anywho, on to the review itself. Alright, on to the review itself, just getting back to the place. Path of Crystalline Madness. The story is pretty cool. I think I've read Rime of the Frost Maiden, the Icewind Dale adventure. Just for the fun, I think I was thinking of DMing it, but then that fell through, which was fine. But it's an interesting adventure, and Charlatan is really cool. It being like a crystal, or I think it can be used kind of like a metal. But it does cause madness, and I think maybe the poison effect, maybe not, I'm not sure, but definitely the madness because of its demonic infusions or whatever, which is cool. So it's inspired by the Charlatan Berserkers, which I think is a monster or an NPC in there that you fight, which is cool. But here is something that for a player character to use, which is cool. Let's see. Crystal Sense. You found it, and yeah, you can find more Chardolin, which is cool, which is nice because at level 6 you can use them to fashion a crude weapon out of it, which is really cool. So there's that, and you have advantage. You succeed on all saving throws caused by Chardolin possession, which is cool, which is nice because I think that is another big thing. Raging Insanity, I like that. I like that there's a table that you can either roll or you can choose, and if you choose, then you gain a point of exhaustion, kind of like the Berserker Barbarian, but here you get another boon, and you're basically, it's either random or choice with a consequence, which is cool. I like that. That would be interesting if that was like similar, if that would be put into with like the Wild Magic Barbarian with the Wild Magic Surges. That would be interesting if like you cannot roll, or you can either roll or you can choose, and you gain a point of exhaustion, or I don't know, something else happens. Exhaustion might be a little too harsh, especially at higher levels, because you get like unlimited rages. There's that. You get like things like you can't distinguish friend from foe, but then your ranged bonus is double. You're hearing whispers, but hearing whispers of an unknown entity let you know of any hidden enemies, which is really helpful. And they don't have advantage on attacks against you, which is really helpful. You don't have to you ignore the effects of exhaustion, which is nice, and you're immune to any spell or effect that puts you to sleep, which is really nice. Reading over it again. You have advantage on Constitution saving throws, or whenever you kill a creature, you gain some temporary hit points, which is really nice. It's a D8, so it's not static. So it could be nice, could be just one. Or you have advantage on Wisdom saving throws, or you can dash or disengage as a bonus action, which can be very, very helpful. Or you have your critical range increases, but the enemy's critical range increases as well. So that's a cool thing. And then at 6th level, you get Chardolin Weapon. As I said, you would find and collect Chardolin to craft your own weapon or ammunition, and then so they're not magical, but it's easier for them to become magical, which I like. But then you can whenever you hit a creature, they can make a saving throw or be poisoned, which is really helpful. And it's a pretty decent DC because Constitution is very important for a barbarian. Uncaring Body, I like that, especially for Rime of the Frost Maiden, because it's in an Arctic environment. You automatically succeed at 10th level, so you're already pretty powerful. You automatically succeed against the effects of extreme cold, extreme heat, or frigid water, which is really cool, which is really nice for that. It is niche, so in any other environment, it's not going to be as powerful, which is fine. And then Contagious Madness, I really like that. Whenever you critical hit a creature, you score a critical hit on a creature with your Chardolin weapon, you roll a d6, and on a 1, so on a 1 out of 6 chance, they become basically kind of stunned or confused or whatever, where they just forego their turn, which is really, really cool. Feel like that should be a higher range, maybe, because this is at 14th level, and it's only for critical hits, which I feel like, as a whole, for barbarians, their whole thing is, brutal, critical, and all that fun stuff, but I feel like they should have something where their crit range is increased a little bit, because they're always looking for that, so they're like recklessing for crit fishing, looking for that crit, but they can't. It's like, that helps, but it might not help as much. Anywho, there's that. They have that increased critical range for the Raging Insanity, which is cool. But that's that. Anything that is overpowered or underpowered, I don't think so, honestly. I feel like the Uncaring Body, depending on the setting and the campaign itself, can be weak or can be very helpful. I feel like besides that, I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like the Contagious Madness can be a little weaker because of it has to be crit and it has to be a 1 on a d6. So I feel like if it's either it has to be crit and then it happens, or maybe it has to be crit and then like in d4, and on 1 and 2 it happens, on 3 and 4 it doesn't. So it's like a 50-50 chance or something. So there's a greater chance it happens rather than not. Not sure about that. Anything I would change? Well, that definitely. But besides that, I really do enjoy it. I would like to see it in play. Comment down below what you think about this. If there's anything you would change, or anything to make it maybe a little more viable for other campaign settings. Yeah, let's see here. Check out, pardon me, check out my next video for the lore crafting around this, which would be cool. I don't know why I just started yawning. I'm not tired at all. Actually, I'm not. And then so on Saturday, check out my lore crafting video for the Path of the Barbarian, Path of the Crystalline Madness, which should be really cool. Yeah, like lore around it and like people who are like that, and like depending on how rare they are, and like stories around different barbarians, different levels of those, which will be cool. And then join me next week, that's Wednesday, as we go to the Bard College. This one is called the College of Preaching. Basically, a bard with some cleric abilities, which should be really cool. It looks really interesting. I don't know if it's too overpowered. I don't think it's too overpowered. But that should be really interesting. Makes some sense. So join me then for that. Continue checking out my streams. I have I don't know how long that was happening. Apparently there was a YouTube video going on that I didn't realize was happening, but that's fine. Yeah, check out my streams. I am finished with the Star Wars story. I'm going through free play, collecting all the stuff I can to get 100%, of course. And then I'm also finished the main story of Neverwinter, and I'm starting to do different other campaigns, and hopefully I'm at level 20, so I'm hoping I can get like boons and stuff, and hopefully making my gear the best it can be, which will be nice. I need to do some research and stuff to figure out how best to do that. But besides that, that should be fun. Continue keeping in your mind my sister's D&D inspired bar idea. That should be really fun. Maybe if we get some traction on that, then that can happen. Of course, yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you want to, share if you want to. I feel like this is a pretty interesting subclass. Yeah, join me on Saturday, join me next week. Also join me on my streams. If you're interested in what I'm writing, comment down below or email me. I'll let you know what I'm writing and give you some excerpts. That should be fun. My previous video, channel subscription, all the like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video, where we do some lore crafting around this barbarian subclass, which should be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next time. This Idiot out.